Hi. So I wanted to at least get over to that spot that I was at. Maybe get down to the corner. Get to the next part of the block. Something like that. All of a sudden the stream cuts out for no good reason. While I'm telling you about my books. Well, I'm telling you about my books. So if you watch the first half, then this will be a repeat. But yeah, I don't just do this video game stuff and sharing my progress with you. Um, Especially this one. This one's definitely sharing progress. Uh, oh, it's two different houses. Okay, that's fine. I was looking at that and that house right there and thinking that they were the same house and two-toned, and that didn't make any sense. Anyways, they're correct. So anyway, I also write books, and they are The Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 1, Pirate's Daughter, The Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 2, Misfortune, The Rolling Sea Beginnings Book 3, Hard Times, The Rolling Sea Traitor Book 1, Esperanza's Party, The Rolling Sea Traitor Book 2, The Island, a separate series called Adopted. The first book is Coral, and it is a children's series. And they are all published on Amazon right now. So self-published, I guess, with Amazon. And there will be 6 links in the description below. Each one will lead you to a different book. So just pick a book. It'll take you right to Amazon. No going off into left field and some weird website somewhere that you've never been to and gives you a virus. No, nothing like that. Go straight to Amazon. And if you are a little wary about buying things on Amazon, like say with your credit card or your bank card, you can always go to a place like Walgreens and get a gift card and use that instead. I would definitely do that. I mean, if you're going to do that, so you can buy one of, I mean, if you're going to buy anything off of Amazon, for a Christmas present of some kind, I definitely suggest doing that before December. Maybe even before the last 2 weeks of November. I can't really remember the time frame right now. But people like to hack. And one year it was Target. I think another year it was the gift cards specifically at Walmart. Like like you go and buy a I think the scam was you go and buy a $50 gift card somewhere, and these hackers, they were getting the money. Or they were getting money too. Something like that. It was weird. Used to work there. We're not gonna go there though. You're not going there. So anyway, I wanted to get the road over there. Okay. I mean, not the road. The road's in place. I want to get the tracks. That way it makes it look like you're driving down the road and you drive on the left-hand side, unless they've changed it since the last time I looked it up. You drive on the left-hand side of the road in Ireland. And, if I remember correctly, I think it was England and Ireland. And that was about it. Everybody else drives on the right side of the road, according to Google anyway. And it was really weird. I had to go and set something up. Um, I had to go and set something up so it would change sides of the street. And then when I had to go and switch it back again, I had to go and like build it backwards. Or yeah, anyway, I had to switch sides or something like that. Anyway, to get to the correct side. And I went and built that in the ocean so, so it didn't look so weird. Anyway, it was pretty cool. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yay! Okay. See, we're not quite there yet. 1, 2, 3. We're almost at a fourth house. Okay. And there's 7 houses in a section, so yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25! Yeah, so the idea on getting like super excited that's the next part is from the photography uh Goofy and he's getting into photography. So he was turning his camera until it got to a certain point and it was taking like forever. It got to a point and it said, 1 moment, please. And then, it had like thumbs twiddling and I think it had like a thumbs up sign, thumbs up and a thumbs down and, all sorts of neat things. And then all of a sudden, one point, he got his tie in the um I know you're probably saying Goofy doesn't wear a tie. Well, he did in this one. Um, he had uh a nice shirt on too. But anyway, he gets the tie in there, so it goes plaid and you know anyway, and then it finally gets to showing one, and so he can take pictures now. Well, he decides to go to the zoo. The only problem is that the bear is like in the cave snoozing. And what does Goofy do? He goes and takes a "don't go over there" sign and uses it to get himself over to where the bear's going to be. And he wants his picture. So he goes and sets him up like they used to have to do, where they had a like a stand thing where you stand in front of it and there's a metal piece that's holding your neck and you gotta stand perfectly still. Anyway, so he does that to the bear and then the bear's chasing him all over the fair. Up and down the roller coaster, through the fun house, everywhere. Anyway, it was a fun episode. So I was telling in the first half of this video about the Nevada Day Parade too. Um, well, not really telling about it, but telling, how many videos are actually in the set. Oh, and if you're watching me on Twitch right now, please follow and chat. If you're watching me on YouTube right now, please like, share, comment, subscribe, notification bell, and when we get done, we'll get done. Because I'm supposed to stream until 11. And if the stream just dies out of nowhere for no good reason, just like it did yesterday. Yesterday I understood because we were streaming for a heck of a long time. Okay, so my husband had called up Verizon saying that our internet is not as good as they said it was supposed to be. The stream dies regularly. And we don't know if it's the internet or the streaming service. Everybody blames it on the streaming service, and I would be full willing to do that. I mean, to say that too, but sometimes the internet goes out, just of its own accord too. But this time I know it wasn't the internet, so it has to be, Twitch. But anyway, so me and my husband got on GTA last night, and we're like, okay, one last test. We gotta make sure that we can play together. And we were able to play together yesterday for like 5 hours. Um, huh. Oh. Duh. If it doesn't look the same way that it did yesterday, then, I get confused. But, oh, excuse me. We were able to stream for 6 hours, 7 minutes, and 23 seconds before it just rudely cut off. I didn't even get to say anything about my books in that one. But so far, there are 9 videos. Okay, let's try that again. 9 videos in a playlist called Nevada Day Parade 2025. And that includes the hot air balloons. I don't know if that was a shorter video than last year or a bigger video than last year. But it's not very long. It's... Wait a minute. Where did my hot air balloons go? I know they're on there. Oh, they were a short. Duh. Okay. Yeah, so my hot air balloons are less than a minute. They're 58 seconds. I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, I do apologize that there's so many videos, but the parade went on for a long time, and the one small problem was, well, I guess it was kind of a big problem, but I kept having to turn off the stream for a little bit because there was a big gap in the parade. You're like hoping that the next thing comes, and they had enough time to play like a whole entire song. It was that bad. So off the um I would turn off the recording, and then we were in the sun, so we had a small problem where we were in the sun, so we had the small problem of I could not see my tablet to save my life. There, er, I couldn't see my phone after a while too. I mean, I could see the phone, yeah, the actual device, um, but the video that was actually on it, I couldn't see that. So I was having a big problem there, but we figured it out. I think maybe next year, um, like next year, I would like to be, as long as the people in front of me aren't too tall or standing up or something like that, I'd like to just park on the sidewalk or something, and have one of those chairs that has the overhang so you're not in the sun, the shade. But we couldn't afford chairs this year. I wanted to buy them so badly. I kept telling my husband that's what we need to do. And couldn't do it. So anyway, we ended up sitting in these generic plastic chairs that like they brought out for people to sit in. And the ladies like this one lady came up and she had a kid with her, and I was like, you can have my chair if you need it. And then it turned out that she had her own chair, so it was like, okay. I really didn't want to give up my seat, but like lady with the baby, that's more important. So anyway, there's 9 videos on in the playlist right now. You can watch it as individual videos too. But right now they are in a playlist, and I've been using that as my advertisement. You know how I usually have whatever like I'll have Minecraft in the upper left hand corner, and then I'll have whatever's for Roblox, um yeah, Backgammon, Roblox, and Zoo Tycoon. um I'll have that on the upper right hand side. What happened? Oh, yeah, that's gonna happen. Why do I want to watch? Here, I'll play that. Come on. No. Okay. Um, Apparently YouTube froze up. It, uh, the stream that I was using to, watch during, um, you know, what, not watch while I was, but, it keeps the screen from going black. It ended, and I hope it was, I hope it's an internet thing, and not that anything bad happened to him because I was not paying attention. I don't think anything bad could happen to him at Disneyland, but maybe he just had to leave early because usually he stays longer. Um, but anyway, it was live, and then um, oh, anyway, it was live, and then now it's. This is spinning ball of death. That is so weird. It's just spinning and spinning. I don't even know if y'all are hearing me. It says it's still recording. Yeah, okay. Um, Twitch has been really weird lately. So, yeah, I told you about my books and oh, okay. So one thing is about my books is that my husband's got a Patreon page. Um, Costs, we'll say $3 to $10. I have no idea because he said $3, and then yesterday he was saying 5 or 7, something like that. I don't know. I'm very confused. But anyway, it's Darth Caesar 00 as well. DARTH, like Darth Vader. Like Darth for Darth Vader. And CAESAR, so like for Julius Caesar. Um, but that's not the reason why it's Caesar's. Why it's Caesar actually. It's because he worked at Caesar's uh hotel casino. Hotel casino? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a hotel casino. Um, well, it used to be Caesar's in Tahoe, South Lake Tahoe, and then it turned to Mont Bleu, and I think it's changed either back to Caesar's or something. Or Caesar's something. I don't know, or maybe it was something Caesar's. I think it was a something Caesar's actually, but whatever it is, he used to work there, and um, anyway, he used to work there, and so that's why that's how he came up with his name. He's like all into Star Wars, so it had to be Darth. And then like I said, he was working at Caesar's at the time. So anyway, his Patreon page is Darth Caesar 00. His Twitch page, Darth Caesar 00. his YouTube, Darth Caesar 00. Me, on the other hand, my YouTube is Tina Rash, and I am the Tina Rash with the orange kitten and the white sweater. And just so everybody knows, that is Nancy. We don't have her anymore because she moved out on us. But, and I'm not saying she went on her extended vacation. I'm saying she literally moved out on us. There was an orange cat across the street, and she decided she wanted to hang out with that orange cat more than she wanted to be at our house. And so my husband left the door. It was shut, but it wasn't latched. And uh I'm like, I'm like, I need you to lock it. And he would not do it because I could not lock it. I don't know how to lock that particular door. That door was so hard to lock. It wasn't even a lock. It was just like a piece of metal that went, it's like a piece of metal that went through the hole on, the two holes, and that's all that was keeping your sliding glass door from opening. I did not feel very safe in that house, but I fell asleep, and when I woke up, the door was open, the cat was gone, and I'm lucky Coral didn't go off with her. Coral was always a homebody. She was definitely I'll stay in the house. I'm happy here. But Nancy was like, I want to go out. I want to go explore. She's the one that uh, I first took for a walk. Like, we were trying to leash train them. And that was when it was, like, so weird to leash train your cat, you know? But then we found out that there's other people that did that too. And then now it's becoming a more popular idea. People having their cats on leashes to go on explores out in the woods, or go out for, just an explore of the neighborhood. Some of them are in those weird cat backpacks, but a lot of them are on leash. They want to go out. They want to chase the birds. They want to, whatever. Great. No, my controller battery's low. I'm batting 1,000 today. But I got the litter boxes done. Okay, so this morning I found out. Okay, so I tried to go and load 201 again because it got to 73% and just stopped. It's like, I ain't going any further. And 203 got to 76. And it's like, I'm not going any further. So I'm like, okay, what can we do about this? Well, there's nothing that I could do. I could not figure out anything to do about it. I just did not, there wasn't a button for it. I couldn't do anything. I was trying, but I couldn't do anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Anyway, there was like nothing I could do, so I let it sit there. And this was on November 1st. Pretty close to uh, you know, like I think around 7 or something like that. I mean, we started loading them like as soon as we got home. But like at 7, it just got to a certain spot and stopped. So I was like, okay, we'll go to sleep. I mean, when it was bedtime. Okay, we'll go to sleep and it'll be up in the morning. No. Okay. So we'll wait, like all yesterday and it'll be up. No. So this morning I get the bright idea of, okay, we'll just load them again. And we'll delete them as, we'll delete the original try, as soon as we're done because I didn't think that it was going to go any further. Well, finally, I started doing that and it kind of like reset YouTube's marbles and it's like, oh, okay. And it started going again. So that was really nice. There are 9 parts that I recorded on my phone and my tablet. And then there's like 14 pieces, he said, maybe 15, anyway, somewhere near 20, we'll say, videos that he did. Or that I recorded with his phone. So I'm waiting on the 2. I'm waiting on 2 and 3 because I didn't want to run out of battery power for the parade. And I ended up running out of battery power anyway. And then my husband's like, well, we'll just, we'll attach it to the backup battery. That's what it's called. We'll attach it to the backup battery and, it'll be fine. You'll be able to record the rest of the parade. It did not work. My phone is so picky as to have that specific charger. Will not charge with the, case on it. The case that if you drop it, you don't have to worry too much because it's not going to hurt anything. Yeah, I can't charge it with that on there, so I have to worry about my cats maybe bumping into my phone, knocking it on the floor, breaking it. Anyway, so after my phone died, okay, wait a minute. Okay, so we recorded the hot air balloons. Okay, sorry about that. So I recorded the hot air balloons, and then With my husband's, oh, okay. So I record the hot air balloons with my phone. All 58 seconds of it. And then with my husband's phone, and I don't have a time frame on this, because we haven't dealt with the videos from his phone yet. But anyway, on my husband's phone, we had, the craft fair and the car show. And then we had, the tune, because you couldn't hear the person singing. Yeah, it was just a recording, but you couldn't hear the person. I mean, in person, you could hear the person singing, but on the video, I was just listening to it a little bit ago, and except for that, you definitely hear a voice singing God Bless America at some point. It was saying that it was Martina McBride and copyright, and when I listened to it, it's still some female singer, not Martina McBride, because I looked it up. She does not sing that song. Unless Google is flawed, and we all know it can be. She does not sing that song. She does sing Independence Day. She sings a whole bunch of songs, but God Bless America was not on the list. Now, I believe Lee Greenwood sang that. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look that up. Anyway, I'm gonna have to look that up just before we end stream. So please check out my books, and I would love it if everyone would buy at least one of my books. I love my books. That is the way I would like to make money, is be an author and just, write books. And I know it sounds like so easy, especially since you can use AI now. You can use AI nowadays, but I don't use AI. I write it myself. That's part of the reason why I love the TV show Murder, She Wrote, is because she's, the character Jessica is writing mystery novels all the time. I don't write mystery novels, but she writes them on her own. She comes up with the plots, she comes up with the characters. Sometimes she has a little bit of problems, and it was kind of funny because the person who actually murdered the person in the episode, because usually there's somebody who dies in the episode. It's just a common theme. But somebody always gets murdered in one of the episodes. But it's lighthearted. It's not like Blue Bloods or one of the other show, or like a Special Victims Unit or NCIS. It's not like feeling like this is reality and this is what's happening. It's always kind of lighthearted, but that the person got murdered, and Jessica's trying to figure out how, who, what, when, well, who, what, when, where, why, and how, and usually she's working with this cop who's been solving mysteries for 20 years or something like that, and she finds the little itsy bitsy detail, like this desk has been moved, and then they move the desk again, and they like move the desk back and find the blood stain that she saw, or the little tiny hair on the teddy bear. That was a different show altogether, called Heart to Heart. But yeah, I thought that was really weird, because Heart to Heart has the intro, it's their butler, and he's saying that um he's saying that he's telling you a little bit about Mr. Hart, Jonathan, and Mrs. Hart, Jennifer, and then part of his spiel is their hobby is murder. Well, not them murdering others, them solving the murder that solving the crime, which is quite often murder in uh the episode. Which, speaking of that, I need to start. We've got over 60 Christmas videos and movies to watch in the house. And I probably gotta start watching them now. And luckily, a lot of them are ones that I don't have to worry about watching with my husband anyway, because, they're really only important to me. Like Brady Bunch Christmas. It's called Very Brady Christmas, if you want to look it up yourself. But yeah, like a Very Brady Christmas, and what else? I know there's some other things. Oh, like the Christmas for the TV show Alf. I don't like watching that one though, because the little girl in that one has a terminal disease, and she's not going to make it. And, they don't even know if she's going to make it to Christmas. But she makes friends with Alf, and he tries to make her feel better. Because, like, she's afraid to go, like, she's afraid to she's afraid to pass away, because if she goes to heaven, she's not going to know anybody, and it's it might be she's worried that it's not going to be like everybody thinks, or something like that, and it's just kind of scary moving to a whole new place. Well, Elf goes and tells her that that's exactly what happened to him, and it turned out just great. So then that made her feel better, but the thing is that the guy who plays it's I don't know if it's a children's hospital, but it's a children's ward of the hospital. Anyway, Santa Claus goes and visits them every year, and it's this really nice black guy, and he owns this cabin in the woods, no electricity. You have to pump to get the water to come out. Um, Old fashioned family Christmas is what the parents wanted. Well, the only problem is that, they've got an alien living in their house, and he can't live without the microwave and the TV and the VCR and, all that stuff. So anyway, they get into kind of a tizzy, and he ends up, the guy that owns the cabin that they're staying at, gives them an envelope and says, don't open it until Christmas morning, or until after Christmas, something like that. Because he was not feeling happy. His wife passed away recently, and he wanted to go join her. Let me put it that way. and Elf talked him out of it. And so I want to say he took back the thing for, the envelope for the cabin, but said if you want to stay here next year, let me know, kind of thing. Can't exactly remember, but anyway, the guy who was playing Santa Claus, he brought a bunch of toys for the kids. Like he goes and takes yo-yos that are all tied up and unties them, or like cuts it off and puts a new string on it, something like that, and brings it to the kids. Or teddy bears that, it's kind of like on Polar Express, the toy recycling program, whatever they called it, because remember, the guy couldn't remember exactly what it was called. But anyway, it's kind of like that, or the Island of Misfit Toys on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's kind of like that, where, yeah, Bobby and Susie don't like this, but maybe Teddy does. Because Teddy understands a bird that swims. Or a gun that shoots grape jelly. Yeah, maybe. Okay, remember on the Santa Claus, with Tim Allen. Remember that, where he was like going, Johnny naughty, Gary nice. Maybe Johnny would love that grape shooting gun, because he could shoot it at people and get a reaction. But maybe Gary, who had it in the first place, is like, this is kind of a stupid toy, and he didn't like it. Well, let's do this first, I guess. Anyway, so we've gone 19 minutes over what I intended, and I still need to eat lunch and stuff. So maybe we won't start this one, actually. No, okay, so I always try to get one of every color done in a video. And we've only got 2 houses left. We've probably still got to put in the driveway for the bamboo house, but like I said, we've only got 3 to go. And apparently I started putting it in a certain way. The color indicators, I started putting those in a certain way and messed myself up, because all of a sudden it was this, or what's the hay? What? What? That would be bamboo. Okay, that's oak. That's spruce. That's birch. Wow. So all the colors were fine, except for that one. What? Okay, all the colors were done except for that one. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, I had to go and fix these because, hey, that one's done already. Yeah. It's just one color house. But, other than that, that is good stuff there. Um, anyway, during the Nevada Day Parade, they did have some alcohol stalls, which I did not agree with. I'm not a drinker, and I really think that with the way people act today, alcohol should not have been part of it. And I think with some people, we didn't see any of those people, but I think with some people it made them louder because there was times we were no more than 50 feet away from the we probably weren't even 50 feet away from it. But we were like no more than 50 feet away from the announcer's booth and could not hear them because of the talkers. Everybody's like talking away. And it was to where you couldn't understand what most of them were saying. But I'm pretty sure somewhere on my video is this lady talking about, this guy lives over here and that's where we're going after the parade. I guess the lady's husband works at a certain place and his boss was having a Nevada Day party. Which sounds pretty cool, actually. Um, anyway, yeah, it did sound pretty cool, but why does everybody need to know that? She's probably gonna go in there and go, uh, I didn't say my plans out loud to your video, and if she has a problem with it, I'm not gonna be able to do anything but take it down, and I don't think I can take it down. So, I'm sorry, that's just, the thing. No, I'm sure I can. I'm not going to want to. Because it's not my fault she said it when the camera was listening, But yeah, she's like telling all of her plans to her friend and or possibly coworker. Okay, I'm either going to lose the chicken to the underground or he's going to hang out long enough to get some ground underneath him. I know I said chicken and technically I think no, well that's hens specifically, but Okay. I don't know why. I was thinking that chicken is like a hen specifically. But, either way, whatever you call it. I hope we, like, on the one hand, I hope we do lose him. On the other hand, I don't. He's gonna go down there and he'll be totally fine. He'll just use his little feathers to get down. It's all good. Yeah. He'll flap. He'll flap his feathers and he'll be fine. Now, would you please? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, wait a minute. Can't do that. Okay, we can do that though. I don't want him to be stuck in the garage though. Anyway, it was hot out there. I mean, it was cold out there for the longest time, and then it just warmed up, and I got sunburnt. Yes, sunburnt, and that part wasn't fun because then I was kind of feeling like, I was kind of feeling bad because, because I was like so hot. Thank you, little guy. I was contemplating on, I was thinking about giving him a way out, but it wasn't gonna. But I don't know if it was gonna work. But I was thinking about giving him a way out. Yeah, so the problem is that I want to watch. I want to catch up on my YouTube videos. But then on the other hand, I want to, I want to catch up on my YouTube videos. But then on the other hand, I want to, watch my Christmas videos. And neither one can be played on. Well, no, the YouTube videos can be played on the TV, but the Christmas videos cannot. Because I don't have the DVD player hooked up to the TV. I asked my husband to hook it up to the TV. I don't know how to do it. I am going to be the person who literally, although I could stream some of it, because some of it would be on, well, you would think some of it would be on, Disney Plus. But the problem with Disney Plus is that for some reason on the TV, they did not give me a search engine this year. Sometimes I don't want to watch whatever's popular at the moment. I want to watch Mickey's Christmas Carol. I want to watch I've never seen Once Upon a Christmas. So I might want to watch Once Upon a Christmas. I might want to watch Muppets Christmas Carol. I wanted to watch Muppets Haunted Mansion and I didn't get a chance to do it, so I'm hoping that's still going to be on there. But now that I know that it exists, like I think I knew that it existed from, some other time watching Disney Plus, but yeah, maybe we can get it on some kind of maybe we can get on DVD or Blu-ray. We would probably end up getting it on Blu-ray. Um, yeah, we have a DVD player. It might be a Blu-ray player, but I'm pretty sure it's a DVD. I don't know. I just know it's got HDMI. Oh, it specifically says, in the big letters, it specifically says DVD. So we've got a DVD player, but it's not plugged in to the TV. It's kind of annoying because, sometimes you want to watch stuff on DVD, but then on the other hand, that technology is kind of old and doesn't always work right. Like, if we want to watch a DVD right now, I'd have to put it in my Xbox. And if you're playing Minecraft on your Xbox because it's Minecraft Monday, then there's a problem. I could put it in my husband's, but I try not to touch too much of his stuff because for a while there, if I touched his phone or his or the keyboard on his computer, I would get sick. And I don't know why. But I would. I would just pretty much immediately start not feeling good, and then I would get this, the sniffles and all the symptoms of getting sick, and I have no idea why. I would actually get a cold, so I try not to touch his stuff too much. But we were able to record some of the parade with his phone. So I don't know if I explained that in this video because I know I explained it in the last one. But my phone was on like 57% when we went out to record the parade. It was on like 57%. So we went and I recorded the hot air balloons, and then he handed me his phone so I could record the craft fair. Not everything was set up, but we got the gist of it. So there's the craft fair, and then there was a car show, and it's in the same parking lot as craft fair, so we got the car show, and then I recorded God Bless them playing the tune to God Bless America. I do remember somebody singing it though, and thinking, I'm gonna get copyrighted for it. Well, yeah, except for that they said Martina McBride sang it, and I looked it up on Google. There ain't no Martina McBride in there. Thank you very much. She sings some other songs. She does not sing God Bless America. But like I said, if I'm wrong, hopefully the Martina, the Martina McBride um, people, their PR people will contact me and say, yeah, actually she does, But, yes, to my knowledge, because I looked it up on Google, there's no way that that was Martina McBride singing that song. It didn't even sound like her. Thank you very much. Because I am pretty sure if she would have been singing that song, it would have been, more bouncy and stuff. It would have been more in your face, like Independence Day. More heartfelt and trying to catch people's attention. And when it had just been, God bless America, it would have been, like, God bless America. I'm sorry, that made her sound like a heavy metal band. I did not mean to make her sound like that. that was weird. Yeah. So I wasn't gonna do this, and then I just decided, let's do it. So I do apologize. But anyway, next time we come on here, maybe all of this will be done, and the driveway parts, and we can just put in different colors of the houses. And I'm sure some of you are getting really annoyed with this project, but it will be more interesting eventually. Like one of the houses on the very end of the street, the ones that are facing toward other streets, I want to go and try to make that into this one house that TSMC-Minecraft builds. There's a hyphen between TSMC and Minecraft. That's why I keep saying it that way. And anyway, he builds all kinds of neat things. Sometimes he gets sometimes he gets a little silly and asks AI to build it, and then he has to go and try to build it in Minecraft, and it's like, why would you do that? But that's what he does, and then I'll give him like 3 examples, and he'll build at least one of them. Sometimes he builds all 3. He is where I got the little white church that is going to be in this build somewhere. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to build that. I'm either going to have to build that on stream, and you're just going to have to suffer with me not talking and pausing like every 5 seconds. Because it's like an hour-long build. Maybe. I'm not sure. But it's a pretty long build. But, I have to go and contend with, he says, like he'll say 5 from here. And so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then he goes and puts the thing over here. So then technically it was 6, but he said 5, and yeah. He tries not to do that, but does do that, and it bothers the heck out of me. But I go and take his stuff and make it bigger anyway. Except for that church. I don't think I'm going to make that church bigger this time. I usually make it so big that it takes up 2 house plots, so it would take from that wall there to that wall there, and it's just huge. And I don't want to do that this time. I want to build it um, almost exactly like it is. Just maybe a little taller. So you might be wondering why I keep doing this. And it's just to make it feel more solid. So yeah, as soon as we're back at that one house, we'll we'll have the driveways all done and the driveways and pathways all done. So then all we have to do is recolor the houses, and it won't feel so annoying. It just feels annoying when I have to go and recolor the houses, and then also, and yeah, I know I gave myself this project, um, but then also have to go and put in the driveways and pathways. Yeah, gets a little overwhelming. So if we do this now, then we don't have to worry about it. Um, I keep yawning because I'm hungry. I saw a TV show when I was younger, and it literally said that sometimes when you yawn, it's actually because you're hungry. It's not because you're tired. Although with me, it might be a combination because I was gonna get okay. So I got up and went upstairs this morning. Did what I had to do, come back down, went back to sleep. But then I woke up like maybe an hour later. So I woke up in like the 5 o'clock hour the first time, and then the 6 o'clock hour the next time. And anyway, I was just like, okay, I'm awake. Let's do this. Well, the thing is that I had to do the litter boxes for one. But I think I tried to set up doing the videos. But I was only gonna do the one. I was only gonna do the one video.